Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support you will show me here with. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about Kamala, who actually came out to speak about what is going on. She actually did not mention, but if you listen, you will understand that is where she is coming from. And I am asking, why is it that why did it take you so much time? I mean, take you for forever to come out to speak on what is going on all over the world and all that. I mean, you are the deputy, and I feel like I do not trust you all anymore. You all know that how they behave, they come out to say something and they mean the other one and all that. She actually said that being a leader, it is not by who we beat up, uh, but who they lift up, you know. And she was talking about what is going on all over the world, Congo, Sudan, Palestine, and all that. Why did it take her so much time? I mean, or was she all blinded by how APAC and all that has been going around, bribing everybody and trying to make their life better and all that? And they sit down and watch so many horrible genocide happen all over the world. And she sat down, she never spoke anything about it. And now she is coming out to speak on this. And somebody was saying that she smelled gaslighting and manipulation. Let's get into this.
I was raised knowing that there will be some people who will use their voice in a way that is meant to dehumanize, meant to suggest that the vast majority of us don't have anything in common, when in fact the vast majority of us have more in common than what separates us. And I would interpret it, I think, then as I do now, which it is language that is meant to divide us. It is language that I think people have rightly found similar to the language of Hitler. And I think it's just critically important that we remind each other, including our children, that the true measure of the strength of a leader is based not on who they beat down, but who they lift up. And sadly, I think that there is something perverse that has happened in our country over the last many years, which is to suggest that strength looks like a bully, when in fact the real character of a leader is someone who has empathy, who has some level of concern and care for the suffering of other people, and then does something to alleviate that suffering. I was raised knowing that there will be some people who will use.
Listen, to be a vice president and a president and any kind of leader and standing in front to be influential to the world is not easy. And I have bashed her several times because I wanted her to come out and stop acting like she does not have any sense. You know, because you graduated from an Ivy League college and, you know, it's not easy because you had to do papers, assessments, you had to pass, and you was in a competitive, it's competition to be on top, especially to be a person graduating as a scholar. However, this is the first time in my life that I ever heard her speak with something with integrity. Now, previously before, she was following the ranks because I understand that she has a partner, which is the president, and she had to follow the footsteps of what the president was doing. Now, she's coming now fruition and actually speaking her truth and speaking what she actually wants to say. But this should have been done a long time ago. And I'm going to say that. I always believe that not every choices you're going to make is going to be favorable. Okay? There's going to be times you're going to have to step on people's toes. And when she had any kind of conversations with the president, she should have said to him, like, you know what? These are people. Regardless if we have a signed agreement with the Israelites or whoever we're signing with, we got to understand that what we're doing is wrong. Okay? You know, you got to put yourself in, I always say, and my grandmother always tell me, and both of them, you always put yourself in someone's shoes. You know, put yourself away from a side. Think of yourself of how you want yourself to be felt. Now, if she's referring to the Palestinians and the Congo and the situation, or just people itself, based on the language and the voices that was coming towards against her. Now, by right, she came with the realization. So this is her way of being humble now. Okay? Or she could be talking about the situation that's happening in Palestine and various parts of the world. But you was the one that was going to other societies and basically giving them money and telling them to give equal opportunity for the people them based on their sexual orientation. And to me, yes, if you're going to support that, you also have to support race. And that was my biggest problem with her. All right. This speech right here was well said. And you could tell that this came from her. Okay. From the heart. And that's what she needs to do. Because if Biden does get elected again, that's a big if. And let's say something happens where she has to run it. You know, because Nancy Reagan, she ran the White House with Reagan's second term. Okay. And history can repeat itself. But I'm just saying a big if. This is her time that you give equality to every single body. You don't look at yourself as your race. But just like other races, they focus on their race as well too. And they play that game where they focus on their race and they focus on other people's races. And being as a woman, because it's not easy, running and being a part in a members only club, which is affiliated with men. All right. So you got to roll up your sleeve. You got to roll up your thing. If you never smoke a cigar, you're going to have to smoke a cigar, whether it's literally or metaphorically. OK, but you got to let them know that you got hair on your chest. You don't have hair on your chest. You have it in a certain area. But it does not mean that you're going to have to intimidate me. OK, because your words matter just like everybody else. And if you're speaking for yourself, you're also speaking for every woman and every woman of all diversity of color, and even women who are race and even women with sexual orientation too. I'm just saying, you know, this is the time when you need to step up and you need to stand with your fellow man. And I mean, everybody that is an American, which is an immigrant, which is a person that's trying to fight to come here, or even people that's on the other side in international Caribbeans, all over in different other continents of the world. Because there are women that you see in other worlds and they're standing up, they're speaking, and they're still being feminine. But they're letting the men know that you cannot intimidate me. You cannot try to feel like I'm feeling nothing, because the last time when she been running the office so far within these years, she always was looking like a personal secretary, okay? Administrator, executive secretary. And I'm like, yo, you have a position. You may be a vice president, but you have a position. Know what your position is. You know, I know she couldn't just step over Biden's position because, you know, she's like the next tier of him and they are working as partners. But there was times that nothing was being done. Nothing was being said. So this speech, I commend you, Miss Kamala Harris. And you need to just not only make this speech, but follow what you just said in this speech. Remember, action speaks louder than words. So it's time for us to do the action. So congratulations. This time I have to put my hands and round applause and say, yes, this is what we need you to be in the position that you are in. So congratulations. But continue on. Just don't go. Let's not be slacking now. Okay? You got a long road ahead of you. Congratulations.
Do you smell that manipulation and gaslighting too? The hypocrisy.
The last one said, do you smell the gaslighting and manipulation? Really, I hope she is speaking from her heart. But sincerely speaking, I do not trust all these politicians, because one minute they are all condemning something, and the next minute you find out that AIPAC is somewhere out there supporting them and lifting them up and bribing them and all of that. So I do not trust anybody. And why does it really have to take you time to come out to condemn what is going on? If you all have, like, I don't understand, but like, you know, these people are really unbelievable. I hope she's saying this from her heart. I hope she is really like being remorseful over what is going on and over what her own administration, Biden, is doing. Because I don't know how somebody is going to stand with someone that is doing something bad. That because maybe you are somebody's deputy or something, doesn't mean that you must support the person that you are working with. You can as well come out like we should all have different opinions about what is going on and all that. But all these while you all sat down on everything that has been going on, both in Sudan, Congo, Palestine, and all that. You never said anything. You never come out to condemn anything. You never come out to, like, say let there be ceasefire. I mean, nothing. But now you are wanting to take responsibility and all that. Still, I do not trust you all. And if you all really want to speak up, stop speaking in parables, because most times they come out to speak in parables and you don't even know where they stand, if they are with you or even against you. Or some of them will still come out to condemn and still go back to their usual and normal way. Like, I don't trust them. So if you are condemning, mention names, let's know. But if you are repenting, let it be for good. I don't want it to look like the last I don't want it to look like the last woman was like she's being serious. Like yeah, she said she smelled gaslighting and manipulation, and that is also what I feel like I smell. I smell that too from far away. So this is all I got for you all. Let me know what you all think, and see you all in my next video. Bye for now.